Welcome to the Rob and Kale Show. Rob Sanders.
Now, I'm not doing anything flashy, Daddy, but I'm getting results.
And Kale Hall.
The biggest and the best looking is right here. It's been your pleasure.
The Rob and Kale Podcast.
And welcome into the Rob and Kale Podcast. My name is Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. My friend in the upstate, who is the biggest and the best, as he just said there. And of course, it is your pleasure that he is here, is my good friend Carolina Jackpot. What's up, brother?
Not much. Just watching a little basketball and having a great evening so far. Feels great. Feels good. My team swept a ranked team today, top 5 team, actually, which was really exciting and unexpected. As you know, Friday night, that game went to 14 innings, and after Florida went ahead like 8-7, I went to bed on it. I swear I had to get up, and then I woke up a couple hours later to find out that we'd won. So that was extremely exciting. I hear Clemson won too.
Yeah, the Clemson series. That was a weird series at Boston College. Let's just leave it at that. So yeah, there's a lot of craziness that's out there on the college baseball front. We'll talk about that. The Alabama game, by the way, I was telling Jackpot before we went on there, I was like, it looks like Alabama's going to lose here. And then these sons of bitches hit a 3. It's tied as we go into overtime here.
I think they have Nick Saban over there as a special analyst in the 3-point area for Alabama. And I think that Lyle Butch Jones hasn't actually totally left for Arkansas State yet. He's over there helping with the free throws.
Maybe so. But I tell you what, it's been interesting watching Alabama fans, because normally they, I got to give credit to the Georgia fans. They never claim to give a shit about basketball. They all they care about is football. These Alabama fans, though, they had their one season, their one shining light, Kale. One shining light in the sun, and they're like, "Now we're a basketball school. Woo, we're a basketball.
Yeah, look at us. We're a basketball school too.
We're gonna go to the Final Four. Fuck out of here." I was hoping that Alabama would lose tonight so we can clown on them. By the way, we'll be following Bama basketball on Twitter. If this game may go all night with the way these teams were playing each other, though. But yeah, it's the backlash from the Alabama fans is going to be absolutely priceless if Alabama drops this game. Especially UCLA's got a guy, looks like he has a porn stash, Jackpot.
I see him. He's
pretty cool.
Looks like Uncle Rico.
He looks like Dirk Diggler from Boogie Nights. Jerome with a great comment. We're a baseball school again. Yeah. That comment was is absolutely true. South Carolina
never stopped being one, but anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jackpot, it was a great series for the Gamecocks. You know that. It
was awesome. It's wonderful.
And getting the sweep over the Gators, ranked 5th in the country.
Yeah. Shout out to our buddy over in the Facebook groups. Oh, Mr. John Houston, who laughed at it and talked about how the Miami Hurricanes beat Florida in a game and they're trash this year. Well, okay, I guess what? I guess that means that every team that the USC upstate loses to this year is better than Clemson in baseball. See how that works?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's funny.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that is funny. And I think that the big thing with me when it comes to that is that you can goof as a Clemson fan and say, "Hey, Clemson's got like a 37 game lead in the series and all that," but let's just be what we are. And that's for South Carolina fans too. Let's just be what we are. You be what you are. South Carolina's a baseball school and a women's hoop school. That's nothing to be ashamed of. You're absolutely outstanding in all.
South Carolina's well-rounded, to be honest with you.
Well, you're round. Okay, if well-rounded means you take football out of the rounded, you're not a football school, Jackpot. Come on now.
We are. I beg to differ, but anyway.
I'm just saying, just be what you are. Clemson's the same way. Clemson needs to understand that right now, the only thing that they're really worth a shit in is pretty much football. Everything else is mediocre at best. Basketball.
Ohio State has something to say about that. You might be mediocre at best in football as well.
Let's just slow down with all that. They've had what is it, 12 straight years with 10 or more wins. They're a fucking football school. I mean, you can talk Ohio State.
Peep schedule.
Goddamn. UCLA up by 5. And another shot here. And, Alabama's trying really hard. What?
I don't like these games. I mean, they just nothing is going according to script. Good Lord.
By the way, I forgot to send you a fireside chat with Uncle Kale tonight. We'll have to make it good on Wednesday. We'll do our show.
2 of them on Wednesday. I didn't hear a little ding from that, so I feel a sigh of relief. But fucking A, I mean, this is one of our teams I picked for the Elite Eight. What the fuck are we? We're not in the. Why are we starting this so late? There's games Monday and Tuesday too, right? To decide the Final Four.
Yeah, they moved them back a day because everybody had to go through COVID protocol and all that shit.
Oh, good God Almighty! There's even there's games there hadn't been a lot of games this tournament canceled. There's only one team, right, that had to pull out because of the shit. Was that VCU?
Yeah, VCU.
Yeah, but I noticed FCS college football, which is playing on Saturdays and Sundays. Hell, I mean, they had like 5 or 6 games canceled yesterday. And same damn thing today.
There's that too. I mean, and it's true, man. It's like you said something a couple shows ago, and it really does fit. It's always a COVID year, you know, and
it will be from now on. Yeah, I mean, fuck. I mean, I was talking about the Gamecocks and the schedule for this year, and what I saw is wins, losses, and toss-ups. Yeah. I mean, for the next 5-6 years, you can look at somebody's name on the roster. Unless you really dig deep into it, you're not going to know if he's a junior or a sophomore or a senior or a junior or what the fuck he is. I mean,
or a transfer, because that's what happened too. There's gonna be transfers and all kind of shit.
Yeah, there's a million different variables thrown in there. Really, really confusing. So.
Hey, let me ask you something. And just being honest with you here on this, what if we talk about spring practice for just a second here? Do you think if DeCarrion Joyner comes out and he's not one of the top wide receivers, and he may transfer out of the program?
No, I think he's all in. I mean, from everything I've seen about him and the quotes that he's made, and just like what kind of person he is, that he's all in. I think that he's I don't know. I mean, I want to see him out in space. I really want to see him do great things just because of all the things that we've heard about him. But then again, looking at his results on the field, they haven't been all that damn outstanding. So, I mean, I really don't know if he thinks that he really even is Mr. Football Superstar anymore, if he's just Mr. Student Athlete. I'm here to get an education. Let me get this football shit out of the way and move on with my life.
That's a valid point. But
because we have not seen. I mean, we haven't seen anything. Let's just be honest. I haven't. There's been no flashes of brilliance. I mean, there's been nothing. Been very.
maybe you can make the argument that he wasn't put into a position where he could be absolutely great. Maybe there's that too. Maybe he just needs the opportunity to be able to project himself as a player. Maybe there's that.
You don't think being the number 1 QB against Georgia on the road on the big stage was opportunity? I mean, it was. I mean, he looked like homemade doo-doo. Of course, they look like homemade doo-doo as well, so that kind of saved him. But
you won the Georgia game with him playing.
Yeah, they won the game. I mean, it wasn't because nothing he did. I mean,
it's about wins and losses. Jackpot. He didn't lose the fucking game for you.
Well, you're right.
He didn't combative, but I mean, it's about wins and losses.
He's 0-1. No wins, no losses. But number 1, give him a 1 for by God, he didn't lose a game. Actually, he did. He won a game. He won a game in 2018 against UT Chattanooga. Whoopity-doo.
Yeah, there's that. Anyway, that was one of the things that I was thinking about. That maybe he'll be a guy that could move around, and that's something that is interesting too. Though, is to think about who could transfer out, etc. One of the other things, and you and I haven't really had a chance to talk about this, but the quarterback situation at South Carolina, we kind of talked a little bit about it on the phone today when I called you earlier. I think they've got 2 options. Are they going to go with Brown, or are they going to go with of course Doty? And you can make the same argument I was talking about with Joyner a minute ago. Maybe Doty hasn't had an opportunity to be put into a position where he can win, because last year it seemed like he was just running around like a chicken with his head cut off, because
he was. And I mean, hell, by the time he had taken over as starter, I mean, that was when, at least 50% of the team had quit, and half of them had opted out. Half of them had left because of their allegiance to Coach Boomy. So, you can throw that in there too. He wasn't exactly. I mean, he was playing cards, but he wasn't exactly playing with the goddamn best deck of cards.
Maybe he was playing like with Uno cards, and we're supposed to be playing with regular cards.
He was playing Jim Rome with Uno cards.
Maybe.
Conrad.
Mr. Boogie with a great point there. Muschamp also had Doty playing receiver. And when you really step back and I know that I'm the Clemson folk on this show, but that entire fucking Will Muschamp era is just a fucking failure. He didn't bring anything to this program that's worth a shit. I mean, the win over Michigan, awesome, I guess.
The win over Michigan and NC State, by God.
I'm just saying.
By 3 touchdowns.
That guy, yeah. What the hell did that guy do for the program? Just
nothing. Somebody said something about you got a new football ops building under Will Muschamp. I mean, how much do you think? What did he really have to fucking do with that? He wasn't running the backhoe or the checkbook. Damn. My God, they built it when he was there. Oh my God.
Yeah, the whole football facility thing. Yeah, and it was fucking stupid. Someone posted, there was a video somewhere, like right when Muschamp got hired, and they took down his parking, reserved for Coach Muschamp or whatever, his parking spot. Someone videoed them taking that down. That I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, if I'm a South Carolina fan, I'll stand there and stand up and salute, by God. Get the fuck out of here. You can't even come back to our facility anymore. Fucking shithead. Get the hell out of here.
It was funny. I mean, I remember the day that Shane Beamer held his first meeting with the team on that Sunday. At the same time, T-Rob was packing his shit. from his office up into a fucking banana box and carrying it out to his damn pickup truck.
Yeah, it's like he had his meeting with Beamer, and Beamer's like, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I don't need you destroying get the fuck out of here."
Can you believe he was he was in like conversation to be a fucking head coach?
Yeah, dude, that's one thing I don't get about the whole coaching thing. It's like if you look at Shaka Smart, we can talk basketball for a second. Shaka Smart at Texas was not very good. And he parlayed that into a job at Marquette. I mean, because they were probably, there were fans at Texas that probably weren't exactly happy with him. And we'll just get him another job at Georgia Tech. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all stand up for a second, and we can just bask in the glow.
He left Texas and went to Marquette.
Yeah, he left Texas after their season this year and went to Marquette.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Just saying.
I mean, that can't have come with a pay raise.
I don't know. I mean, well, I guess so, because Texas has money on top of money. But
what? That's almost as mind-boggling as going from Clemson to RuPaul.
Clemson to RuPaul? Oh, you mean DePaul?
Frank Martin was rumored to be going from South Carolina to where was that shithole? UNLV?
Yeah.
At one time, and then Cincinnati. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, but see, now you're tugging at me a little bit, because I think that Frank Martin's a good coach. So that's just me. Tony with a good point. Why y'all keep fretting over the past? Beamer ball is the now. And I get that.
It's funny to laugh at it.
It's funny to laugh at it, but it's also, you're going to have the Muschamp stench that's going to haunt this program for at least a season or two. And if you don't believe me, go and look at Florida. It made Florida suck asshole for a while. Yes, they ended up winning a little bit here and there. But
the year after that dickhead got the fuck out of town.
But they did it with an offense that we could have put together with fucking middle schoolers and the quarterback.
But the Georgia fans would tell you, well, it was only because Georgia had a down year when we were upgrading from Coach Rick to Kirby Smart.
Shit. John says UNLV was good in the 90s. Yes, they were.
They were for 2 years.
They were really good 1 year, 2 years.
Well, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon.
Stacey Augmon. They had all those guys. They were great.
What was his name? Marlon Gilliam, something like that. And what was that fucking coach? He used to chew on that damn towel.
Coach Tarkanian.
Yeah, Tark, the shark.
Yeah. There you go.
He was mouse.
He was interesting. We'll just leave him in that. Jerome says, don't get caught in Athens after dark. Oh, okay.
Nah, you'll get arrested.
Why is that? What am I missing here, Jackpot? What is he
talking about? If you're on the Georgia 85.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll get arrested. Athens, Clark County. I've seen that note by heart. Not because I ever been there, though.
Nick says to chug the rest of that Ultra for him.
No.
No, we're not going to do
make fun of that. I'm on a fucking diet, okay? I can't.
Nobody's mocking the Jackpot for his diet. He's trying to change his life.
I'm really not even supposed to be drinking beer, period. But like, I can't go. Well, I can't go without it, so I have to. Yeah, I guess this game's about done with. UCLA is gonna roll on. Anybody pick them on the damn bracket?
No.
No. Nobody picked the 11th seed.
By the way, remember, like UCLA, they were one of the teams that played in the first four.
Yeah, they're an 11 seed, so yeah, they did.
Yeah. So they were playing in the first four, and they managed to get themselves to a point where they're going to go and advance.
Why do they do that anyway? Why don't they just have the first four? Why don't that just be like all teams that are like number 16 seeds like playing each other, and then this is weird.
It is weird, but that first round matchup with UCLA and Michigan State was or the opening round, whatever the fuck they call it, it was great.
Clemson,
and then
Clemson played in the first 4 game. I don't know, about 8 or 10 years ago. Do you remember who they played?
West Virginia.
I thought it was UAB.
Yeah, it may have been. I don't know. You probably know more than I do. They won that game and then lost the second game or whatever, and
they lost. Didn't they lose to Missouri in a game? Maybe
something like that. You might be right on that.
That was back before the days of the Mazod cast. That was when it was just like,
yeah,
we laughed at you. But they lost to. I'm pretty sure they played UAB in one of them, and then they lost to West Virginia, or they lost to Missouri. I don't know what they did. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know either. Clemson basketball just bugs the shit out of me. So I'm not even going to try to act silly here. By the way, we're down to 9 teams in the NCAA tournament, and you've got what? Oregon, Southern Cal, UCLA just advanced, and I believe it's Oregon State. So 4 of the 9 are from the Pac-12. The SEC is out. The ACC is out. Yeah, I mean, Florida State, by the way, got bitch slapped today. Bitch slapped. I mean, just hammered.
Yeah, they did.
I had Florida State in the Final Four, by the way. I showed you how fucking ignorant I am. Oh, man. By the way, the Callaway's Bracket Challenge, of course, sponsored by Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. Go by and get yourself some food from there. Currently, in the Callaway's Bracket Challenge, my buddy Jackpot is next to last.
How the fuck is that right? I mean, well, it hasn't been updated.
I'm just looking at it right now. Did you have UCLA today?
No, but
okay. Well, then you can't get any better than that.
Well, if it makes you feel so damn bad, and nobody else picked them.
No, I'm just saying, leading the way right now is Ken Bellinger. Let me see what Kim Bellinger had. Kim Bellinger's bracket, by the way, is in the 97th percentile. He has Gonzaga, which is a correct pick. He had Kansas going far, so that's not helping him. He had Michigan advancing. He did not have UCLA. He did get Baylor and Arkansas correct, and he had Houston and Oregon State. He had Houston in Illinois.
Oregon.
No, I messed up. He had Houston in Illinois, so that's what he. But he got of the Elite 8. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Elite 8 so far.
Yeah, there's a lot of luck involved with that.
I believe so. Yeah,
so,
I mean,
okay. Here we go. This is the Clemson. We're talking about the results just under the Brad Brownell era, or maybe not. But okay, so in 2010, they lost in the first round to Missouri, 86-78. In 2011, they played in the first 4 against UAB, and they beat them 70-52. And then the next game, they played West Virginia and lost 84-76. So there was that. And then they didn't come back to the tournament again until, remember, 2018. They beat New Mexico State in the first game. And then they played Auburn, who was a number 4 seed, and somehow or other they blew them out. And then they lost to Kansas.
Yeah.
80-76. And then they had the deepest run they made a tournament before that was 1990. They beat BYU 49-47. Second round, they beat LaSalle 79-75. And then in the Sweet 16 round, they played Connecticut. And they lost 71-70 on a jump shot from the corner. You remember that one? Shit, you really?
Yeah, I mean, let's just kick Rob in the nuts and then
anything about that
again. Yeah, fuck them all. Yep, there's that too. Shout out to USC Insider. You're right. Arkansas is in the mix, sir. I forgot about Arkansas. So yeah, my fault.
Yeah, fuck them too. I was so damn mad. I really wanted to see. I wanted to see Oral Roberts be the number 15 seed and make it to the damn thing with that, but it wasn't to be.
You know what I like about Jackpot is that he just point blank is just honest with us, man. Yeah, fuck that.
Oh, I don't care about fucking Arkansas. I don't have any damn love for them. Fucking damn, I don't know.
Hey, Virtual Kale joins us this evening. He responded after Oral Roberts lost.
I'm fucking mad.
Don't get mad, Virtual Kale. Right. That's hilarious. Anyway, yeah, so Arkansas is the lone hope for the SEC. The ACC is completely out. Florida State dicked my bracket. Thanks a lot, Coach Hamilton.
That's unbelievable that they didn't make it, that nobody in the ACC made it. I mean, you didn't even have Duke losing to somebody like Mercer. Yeah.
You're right. And I don't get it either, but it's a fucking shit show. That's all I can say about that. This tournament this year is an absolute shit show. I am proud to say that leading the way in the Callaway's Bracket Challenge is our buddy Ken Bellinger, who follows the program, loves the program. He's got Gonzaga as champion. Yeah, Ken's doing great. He's got
lucky fuck
770 total points. And he's leading the way. He's leading the way there with a 97 percentile. By the way, my bracket is like 44th percentile. Let's see here. Jackpot's bracket is in the 11th percentile.
So that's
okay. Jackpot.
That's fucking great.
Virtual Kale not very happy either.
Chance. I mean,
Brock with a great comment here. He's talking about Jackpot's weight loss journey is going so well that before you know it, Jackpot will look like Heisenberg from Breaking Bad. Jackpot's going to be running around.
Thank you.
Jackpot's going to be running around here in a thong before long. Running around
what are you talking about before long?
Before long. just enough to cover up the grape nuts. Don't go to the beach with Jackpot.
Grape nuts in the disco bush.
Oh man.
The button on a fur coat.
Button on a fur coat. By the way, Jackpot has in theory for the Elite Eight, he's got Gonzaga. And he picked Florida State too. They fucked us both. He does have Baylor, so there's that. He has two of the Final Four there, or Final Eight.
So in theory, I could move up a little bit if they march on, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could. I
don't want to finish last because that's like.
No, you finish last. That's not going to work at all. By the way, we appreciate Callaway sponsoring that, and they're going to sponsor our football pick'em that we do every fall. We're going to have the same football pick'em that we have every year, and I want you guys to get involved with this. $20 for the whole year, so there's that too.
Yeah, that's where the bread is buttered, right? That's where the gravy is. That's where the gravy is stirred. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, well, we are definitely going to do that this fall. Someone messaged me about it and said, "Hey, Conrad normally ran that. You guys are going to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah."
And with the Gamecocks, I have no fucking clue about shit.
You really don't have any clue about shit? I got the Gamecocks winning 5 games at least. I got
the Gamecocks. If they should win 6 games, I mean, they should.
I spoke to former Gamecock quarterback Corey Jenkins the other day in the gym, and of course, he still looks like he could fucking go and lift all to the end of time. He's over there back squatting like 450 fucking pounds, just a monster. Some people just have God-given talent, and he is a God-given athlete, man. I mean, he
is. I mean, Clemson.
Yeah. He's a great player, but we were talking a little bit about the Gamecocks, and he said
Steve
that
Tannehill probably back squatting 900 pounds since he beat Clemson twice, right?
yeah, well, Steve Tannehill could have done it with that mullet of his. He'd have just tied the bar to his mullet and slung that thing around like a.
Yeah. I mean, his mullet would bitch slap that weight.
Of course it would have. Anyway, you've got the setup with, he was talking about the Gamecocks, and he told me, he goes, I don't expect a lot out of them this year. And he said, but he said 5 wins is not far-fetched. He said that he told me this too. He said the worst thing that could happen to this team is that they win 8 to 9 games. They slip up and win some games here against some teams that end up being dumpster fires, and they win 8 or 9 games, because then the expectation level for Shane Beamer will go through the absolute roof.
I don't see any scenario in the world how that could be the worst thing that could happen. It would still be. It would still be beating teams you should beat. So I don't understand that, but I do get what you're saying. 5 wins will be able to. That non-conference schedule outside of, the obvious company is not good. I mean, it's taffy, and they should win 3 games there. Now, in my little video earlier that I just posted probably about an hour ago, probably nobody's seen it yet. If you hadn't, make sure you check it out. Talking about the schedule analysis for this year. I have that East Carolina game. I'm sorry. And if anybody thinks I'm dumb, then I'm just dumb. It's a road game against a non-Power 5 school where South Carolina, this is a classic bed-shitting situation. I got it as a toss-up because they have a quarterback coming back that has like 3 years of experience, a left-handed quarterback, which you're not used to seeing, a decent crew of wide receivers, and a team that's hungry to try to make some kind of a name for itself. I have it as a toss-up. I have it as a bad game and a bad situation. Now, if they win that one, they'll win their other 2 non-con games, because I don't think Troy's very good anymore. They used to be. And, they're going to lose to Clemson. But there's 3 wins right there. And you can't tell me that outside of Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, and a rebuilding Auburn that they can't find a couple of wins. I mean, they just should.
No, I've got the 3 non-conference wins, and I think you're better than Vanderbilt and Tennessee. I'm not going to put you better than Kentucky or Mizzou. But,
Kentucky doesn't have a quarterback. Running game suspect. South Carolina last year, that was really what was really embarrassing was the fact the team had quit and all these people were gone. Just checked out by the time they went on the road to play Kentucky, and they lost 41-18 and made them look like they were, heads and shoulders better than South Carolina.
Nobody gave a shit in that game, Jackpot. You know that as well as
I do. Didn't. I did, but I did. I mean, it was fucking.
Well, of course you did. You would have been out there, damn jacking jaws and busting people in the kneecap and everything else. But I mean, you care more than the team cared then. Same thing with what's his name? Your former offensive coordinator. He looked like he was the Walking Dead, walking out there. Oh, I have to go to Kentucky, and
I don't know that he looks a whole hell of a lot better now.
Yeah, well,
there's
he's got Auburn now. Fuck Auburn too. So there's that too. But no, I see South Carolina winning those 5 games. Now, if Jackpot holds true and he thinks that they can compete with Kentucky, then okay. Fine. I don't think you're beating Mizzou. But
Missouri has a decent quarterback, but I don't know who he's going to throw it to this year. He's lost his best running back. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about them. They've recruited decent though. I found that out from listening to the Mazodcast that they've recruited okay. Yeah. I also found out from listening to the Mazodcast that they fancy themselves a basketball school, and they're really upset with their shitty performance this year.
Yeah, they're not very happy losing to freaking whoever the hell it is they lost to, Oklahoma, whatever.
Oklahoma. No, Oklahoma's beat their ass up and down on the football field for years. Why shouldn't they do it on the basketball court?
Shout out to my buddy Alex.
Shout out to Oklahoma, home of Shane Beamer.
Shout out to my buddy Alex, who's known me long enough that he can call me Robert and I won't get angry at him. Everybody else calls me Robert. It's like, what the hell? No one calls me Robert anymore. Alex has known me long enough that he can do that.
He was calling me Robert, and I looked at him sideways.
Of course you did. Anyway, there's that. And I've got one other thing I wanted to throw out there to you this evening, Jackpot. And we'll take calls in a minute on this too.
Oh, we got somebody over that wants to call in. So.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll set it up. Give me a second here. Let me get that moving over here. But there is a group of folks that want to have the Masters moved out of Georgia. Have you heard about this, Jackpot?
Why?
They're upset over the new election laws that have been put in. They think that I don't want to get into the politics of it, but they don't like the way the new election laws have been put in there. Some people are saying it's almost like some Jim Crow type stuff.
Are they mad because Joe Biden won Florida or Georgia?
No. I mean, I don't know if it's all. I don't know what the hell the whole thing is with that, to be honest with you. But
I'm over that.
That's my thing too. And but I'm in the camp of the election.
Move the map. You can't move the map. Where the hell are you going to move it to? That would be. It wouldn't be the Masters anymore.
Right. Well, and that's the big thing too. But I wrote a story on my Fox Sports Radio blog page, and I'm going to read you just a piece of it here. There's been issues before where, they've called multiple civil rights groups have called for a boycott of Georgia-based companies such as Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, and others. Some groups are now calling for the Masters to move as a show of solidarity with the civil rights movement. One such group, the National Black Justice Coalition, released a statement on Friday calling for the PGA Tour and the Masters to essentially put their money where their mouth is, has asked that the golf major speak out in opposition to the laws and take decisive action. Let's see here. The upcoming event, professional golfers should refuse to play in Georgia until the racist voter suppression law is repealed. I'm gonna make it simple for these folks here. And it's interesting on a couple of fronts here, but it comes back down to this. Augusta National is it is a private club. They can do whatever the hell that they want to do. There was issues back a long time ago, or I say a long time ago, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, where they were upset about the fact that they had no female members, etc. They boycotted some of the sponsors.
They didn't have a female member?
Yeah, they didn't have female members.
But Michelle Wee wasn't a fucking member?
No. This is a while back.
Oh, fuck.
And so the Masters, they boycotted some of the sponsors for the Masters, and the Masters looked at them and said point blank, I mean, they gave them the double fingers. They said, we'll just do the tournament this year without the sponsors. They did the broadcast without the sponsors and just went on, and no one gave a shit. Seriously, that's the way that it ended up working out for them. So Augusta National doesn't care. So you can sit here and talk about all the we should boycott this and we should boycott that. You end up looking stupid because the reality is that it is a private club and they can do whatever the hell they want to do. And that's more American than anything else. They started that club. It's private. Now they can lean on the PGA and tell the PGA, we don't think you should make that a major or whatever. And if you want to go down that road, that's fine too. But the reality is that it comes back down to this. They're a private club. They're not going to get into any of that shit with you, and they don't care. You don't want to talk about our sponsors? Goddamn, we don't need you. We don't need you. Alex with a good point, man. Let me get the let me set the phone up here because I think that Megan wants to call. Let me put the number out here.
Boy, that's great.
That's gonna be great. I hope that he's not gonna yell at us tonight and be mad at us. I hope he'll just talk about the Masters or whatever. There we go. There's the phone number, 803-470-2905. Doing the show. Goddamn, call the show, goddamn. Anyway, but yeah, It's a private club. Can't do much about it. Set up, if you want to set up something, set up where you block, you tell people, hey, don't support franchises in the state and whatever. Don't go to Braves games. Don't go to Falcons games. Oh, people don't sell out the Falcons anyway.
USC Insider and Mr. UMad Bra said Jackpot taking a piss, and the other one says, "Oh no, Jackpot going to rip out his tip, pull the Deshaun Watson."
Oh,
No, I
oh my
Mr.
God!
UMad Bra said, "I'm taking a piss." You're late, sir. Done with that.
803-470-2905. Call and join the show right now. 803-470-2905. If you want to talk about the Masters.
Remember the comrade made me pee in the sink? Yeah.
No, we're not going to blame the comrade for that just because he's not here.
I know. It's just a damn running joke.
It was funny as shit, though. Jackpot was pissing in the sink.
No, I didn't know that I shouldn't damn leave just because I had to go to the bathroom. So I tried to be respectful and stay on the damn broadcast, and I peed the damn sink. Because he would get the comrade would get long-winded. I mean, he'd start talking about something. It'd be on subject, but it would just take a while.
Fucking forever.
You know,
I expect you to be like Jim Ross and wear your darks, sir, and you just piss right in those.
Oh, you heard that one. That was funny. I wore my darks.
That's why I wear my darks. Well,
off subject here, but do you think that from the way he sounds now versus the way he sounded in, say 1999 WWF Attitude Era,
right,
versus the way he sounded in like 1988,
right,
when he was with the NWA. Do you think that Vince made Jim Ross take voice lessons to sound not so Southern? Because it sounded like he lost a lot of the accent. I mean, like in 1988, I mean, it was like you could hear the twang, like the Road Warriors are the #1 team in the NWA. And then if you listen to it in 1999, it really doesn't even sound like the same guy.
I think that he may have tried to manipulate his voice a little bit. I don't think he had surgery or whatever, but I mean, I can give you, like when I started doing radio stuff, I sounded really, 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 really Southern. And, you know, it's kind of hard to branch out with that. So I had to, I basically sat in a corner and just read the newspaper to get myself to be able to speak and be a little more clear where my voice could go and work in other markets. So, yeah,
well,
I mean,
Tony Schiavone said that Vince wanted him to take voice lessons when the year that he worked for the WWF before he came back to WCW, and it never happened. But he said that he would have loved to have done it. Had he stayed on, he would have loved to have taken the voice lessons.
Yeah. There's that too, but I think that the difference between Tony Schiavone's voice and Jim Ross's voice is just completely different.
Tony never sounded really Southern to me anyway. Period. I mean, it didn't.
Alex says I sound the same, but my cadence has changed. Okay, thanks for that. I don't know. I find it funny though. I voiced some spots. Because I voice spots across the country. That's another part of the job that I have there. But I voiced some spots that are airing at Clippers games, which I thought was funny. Buy your season tickets now for the Clippers or some shit like that, which is hilarious to me that I'm out there at a Clippers game. Pretty funny stuff. Anyway, but the stuff on the Masters, I don't think anything's going to change with that. I mean, they're not going to. Oh, we're just going to move out of Augusta.
Brock Lee says Jackpot showed us his favorite room in the house. I didn't go in the kitchen.
All right. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. You want to join the show this evening. You want to talk about the Masters. You want to talk about Alabama being out And the fact that now their fan base will talk about nothing but Nick Saban, Nick Saban, Nick Saban.
So Loyola's out too, right?
Yeah, it's everybody's out.
They lost to the Beeve.
That's the way it looks.
They lost to the Beeve. Not a shot that the Beeve would overcome.
The Pac-12, by the way, is grossly underseeded, man. They got a 12 and an 11 into the Elite Eight. I mean, that's pretty damn impressive. And then you've got you're going to have either a 6 or a 7 seed that's going to be in the Elite Eight. So apparently, when the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee were doing the seedings, they overseeded the shit out of some teams, like Clemson, fuckers, and of course Alabama too. Clemson should have been they should have put Clemson in the damn CBI.
Would you have felt any worse if Clemson had been number 10 seed and they lost to number 7 seed Rutgers?
No, they should have been in the damn CBI because they're fucking terrible.
No, they're not that damn bad now. I mean,
killing me. Damn it, they were a shithole.
It looks like who's in the mix to win the NIT? I saw Mississippi State was making a run.
They were making a run, yeah. I think there's that too.
The Pirate must have showed up on the sideline.
I know, right? He could have put some of his guys out there to start a fight.
He was crazy. He would have just talked about all the mascots in the NIT.
Jesus.
Fucking weird.
Alex says, I've officially taken the title of the Mouth of the South from Jimmy Hart. No, sir. No, sir. No. And Jerome says, Tiger Woods wins Masters 21 in a wheelchair. Damn it, Jerome. Tommy says, Jackpot, I heard you tonight call Kirby Smart a fraud. I lost all respect for you. That's totally uncalled for.
Well, I'm really sorry.
Did you call him a fraud?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you did or not because I wanted to make sure that if you didn't, I took credit for it because
fuck them. You know where my allegiance stands in the Duke's Mayonnaise College Football Kickoff Classic.
There you go.
What a shot! 2 redneck schools playing each other in the fucking Duke's Mayonnaise Kickoff Classic. And what you know, when South Carolina played UNC in it, it was 2 classy schools going at it in the Belks clothing college kickoff series. So you see y'all drug the damn shit downhill over the past. They had to fucking rename it. I'm surprised they didn't rename it the fucking Red Man Bowl.
By the way, when you played in something called the Belk Bowl or the Belk Kickoff, I mean, we could talk about that if you want, where North Carolina kicked some shit in.
No, we won. We're 1-1. We're 2-1 in the Belk Kickoff thing. We beat UNC and NC State back to back, and then we lost to UNC.
And then when you played in the Belk Bowl, which was in the same building,
in the real layman's terms, we're 3-1 because we beat East Carolina in the thing too. Before it was known as the Belk thing, they decided after we won that thing, they're like, look, Gamecocks playing this thing. And then winning these games at the first of the season in our stadium, we might ought to sponsor this thing.
You lost your last 2 matchups in that building when it was the Belk whatever.
Well, yeah, I know. That's why I said it used to be our home away from home. Now it's turned into a house of horrors.
Now it's a house of shit.
It's a house of horrors. It is. God, I don't ever fucking go back there right now.
All right, whoever called in, call us back. I'm sorry, I got to click over to the phones here. 803, whoever called us from a 386. There it is. Let's get this call.
386. What's that?
There you go. Good evening. Welcome to the Rob and Kale Show. What's up?
Rob.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, just a quick question. I heard you guys making fun of some crazy Georgia fan who called in and promised a 3-touchdown win against you opening weekend of the season. Is that right?
No, I don't. We didn't make any fun of the Georgia fans. We made fun of Kirby Smart being a fraud. He does wear a women's golf visor on the sideline. I don't know why he does that. We thought about putting a GoFundMe together to get him an actual hat that he could wear on the sidelines, but We care about him
Actually,
here.
you were making fun of him, and that has nothing to do with my previous statement, but you were anyway 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, 2 or 3
what
weeks
was
ago
the
I
score?
was. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Let's
right.
get to the
Hey,
point here.
last time you played Georgia, what was the score?
I don't remember.
No,
Don't you like?
that's not relevant. How's that relevant to 2021?
Don't remember.
Okay, well, I told you to enlighten me, sir.
2014, the Gamecocks started the season ranked number in the top 10. Are we ranked in the top 10 this year? No.
All right, and
not relevant.
that's completely awesome, sir. That's fine. Was
and-
Kirby Smart coaching that team?
Now.
No. You're obviously so convenient that you remember that. Tell us who was coaching that team, sir. Was it Kirby Smart? No, because Kirby Smart is a failure. But keep on.
Yeah, and what's happened since Kirby Smart took over?
You haven't done jack shit. You got one SEC title, and in addition to
South
that,
Carolina.
your average recruiting class is number 2 in the country, and you don't have shit to do with it.
Fucking idiot.
What planet do I live on? Okay, and since that time, Clemson's won 2 national titles.
Lost to South Carolina.
The land where Clemson has 2 national titles with less talent.
This entire time,
Clemson has 2 national titles with less talent.
Where do you live?
Where do I live? I live in Columbia,
Yeah.
sir. I know exactly where I live.
Actually, that explains quite a bit.
Oh, really?
Jack-o'-lantern, gap teeth, SOB. Let
Sure.
me tell you something. When we go to Charlotte and kick the living shit
Make
out of
sure you show
that
up
little
on Sunday
kid
night so
team.
we can laugh at you because it's the same thing. Hey, let me ask you something. Is this going to be the year just
can't
like
debate
this
me.
is the same year?
You
Yes, I
can't
can
me
debate
on
you.
facts.
I can debate you on
No,
facts,
you gotta
sir.
shout me down.
No,
because
sir.
You can't debate
All right,
me
would
on
you like
facts.
would you like some facts? Because I wrote facts just for you, sir. Would you like to hear my facts?
The last time that we played,
Sure.
the last play, what more?
Team. All right, tell you what. Let's make you feel better. You won that game by 7,000 touchdowns. Okay, but you had a different coach.
Yeah, that's what I was shooting for. Is you
Well,
get 7,000 points.
Last time you played, Deshaun Watson was a bed-shitting freshman. He wasn't out there. He wasn't out there brutalizing women at the time, but still, things have changed.
Brutalizing women.
I'm sorry. I missed what the bald-headed loser said. What'd you say, George Costanza? Go ahead.
Who's talking to?
He's
ahead,
talking to
Costanza.
you.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know,
Costanza of
George.
South Carolina crack pipe. Go ahead.
I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, the thing is, it's like your whole argument seems to be based on 2014, sir. I mean, things have changed since then. Now, Clemson's won a couple of national titles since then. I mean, you're talking about, what was the score last time we played? Well, in 2014, South Carolina was ranked like in the top 10 in preseason. Where are we now? We're ranked like in the bottom 10 preseason. That just tells you, I mean, things have changed. I mean, you can't base arguments on that. Yeah, it's silly.
You just made that part of my argument very easy, sir.
You're deflecting, but you're deflecting from on the fact that I mean, come on, guy. I mean, they're gonna spank y'all. I mean, it's just fact.
Wait, let me tell you. Hang on.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Let me say that we. Let me add that little notation. We, because I will be Tater for a day in September.
So, can I ask you? Can I ask you a real question here? I know
one more fan. They have one more fan they need. It's like Ric Flair joined the NWO for a day.
Jesus. Can I ask you a real question? And I'm not, and this is as real as I can be with you. If you look at the 247,
hey, let me tell you something. I do appreciate you guys. Seriously, I love your show.
Thank you very much.
I'm calling, make a little bit of ruckus, but
that's fine.
Especially my boy Crack Pipe.
Thank you.
Everybody loves Crack Pipe. But let me ask you this though, and I'm just being honest. The past 5 seasons, the Georgia recruiting class has been ranked on average number 2 in the country. Number 2 in the country. The SEC East has been kind of garbage. I mean, let's just be honest. It's Georgia and pretty much everybody else.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
What, Tennessee's not
Why
anymore?
Fuck Tennessee. Come on, man. But no, I'm just being honest. You have the number 2 overall as far as bringing in recruits. Why is it that when I say, hey, Kirby Smart should do more with that, I don't understand why people get upset with that. You have as far as that goes, number 2 as far as talent goes overall on average. Right. And you got Ed Orgeron winning a national title. There are people that'll say that Kirby Smart can coach circles around Dabo Swinney. He's got 2 national titles in that time. If I'm a Georgia fan, I'm pissed off about that. How we got all this stuff here? We're paying you a shit ton of money, and we can't win a national title. This is bullshit.
I understand. Give me a fair chance to reply.
Absolutely.
Okay. This past season, now I'll go beyond that if you give me a chance. But this past season, let me ask you this: who else in the SEC started rival games with their 4th string quarterback? And I'm not. That's not a cop out. That's just reality.
Right.
We had our first string. Well, we had the first guy that we counted on that he opted out due to COVID. JT Daniels came in off of surgery, and then we found out later on he had minor surgery just before the season. He was not comfortable after that. Our 3rd string guy had a freaking brain aneurysm at quarterback. Okay. He had surgery before the season started, and everyone else said when he came back, he was not comfortable getting hit, which, hey, can you blame him? If you had brain surgery, you wouldn't be comfortable getting hit either. Mm-hmm. So I will say this, and I know this sounds like, because this is my team at the cop out, but guys, we are cursed beyond belief when it comes to generational players, especially staying on the field. Georgia has had some kind of a wicked curse on it. We cannot, and this goes beyond Kirby Smart. It happened during the Rick years also, whether it was AJ Green, who signed jerseys, had to sit out, whether it was Todd Gurley, who again signed jerseys, had to sit out, or it was Zamir White, who was the number 1 running back in the nation. He tore not 1 but 2 ACLs. The list of horrible luck. It's been uncanny, the stuff that's happened to Georgia.
Right.
And it's not about coaching. Anyway, I will say this for Kirby Smart. You have to understand, this is a first-year head coach coming in, 4 or 5 years ago. And it's one thing to be that, but you're going up against the greatest coach who has ever coached college football also.
Right.
In Nick Saban. I mean, the facts are the facts. This guy is
not Dabo?
Yeah. Exactly.
I thought
I'm not taking. No, but think about it. The list of stuff that has gone wrong for Georgia is really uncanny. And then if you're Kirby, yes, you've got all these great recruiting classes, but guess who else has too? The guy right across the street, and he's been doing it for longer than you have.
And once again, and I can be respectful of that, but the reality is that other coaches have gotten it done. I mean, Orgeron did it with LSU,
not many.
And Dabo's got 2 with Clemson in that time period.
That kid that had that brain surgery.
Yeah, that's fair, but I get the quarterback
surgery had been successful. He'd have transferred out of there and went with Shane Beamer and joined up with the coach who if Shane Beamer hadn't been on that 27 University of Georgia staff, I doubt they would have made it the playoffs.
Oh goodness!
Well, hey,
I'm just saying.
Sure.
Crack.
What you got, buddy?
Let me ask you this, Crackpipe. When Will Muschamp is on our staff and we win a national title, what is going to be? I am looking so forward to that video. You have no idea.
I slap myself in the face and wake up from that dream because that's not happening.
Hey, I've got virtual Kale.
Will Muschamp won a national title before, or has he?
Didn't he? Didn't he win it at Texas? He was the quarterback.
Yeah, LSU.
Oh yeah, no. See, he may have 2 national title rings.
I will give you this, Costanza.
He won it at LSU when he was in size 34. It's not 36.
Yeah, that's true too.
Shit.
Hey, just food for thought. As soon as Will Muschamp joins the Georgia staff, what happens? George Pickens tears his ACL immediately.
Well,
that guy, bad luck. Bad luck follows that guy like nowhere else, man. I'm telling you.
Well, you can
see. There you go. He should have known better than to bring that guy on there. And then,
Jackpot is not going to make a video if Georgia wins the national title with with Muschamp as a
I'm
defensive
not
end.
gonna laugh about anybody getting hurt, but I mean, he should have.
No, but Jackpot will. All he's going to do is just put a picture of his face and just this clip. That's all he needs.
Vote for life. Fuck it.
Exactly. That's pretty much all he's going to do. This motherfucker couldn't win shit at South Carolina.
If he's on a staff that wins the damn national title, then I will definitely revert to, well, I always knew that Kirby Smart had it in him. He's the only reason why that damn team won it. It doesn't matter. Everybody else is just riding coattails.
Well,
but do you will both of you guys at least give me the benefit of the doubt that it's one thing. First of all, he's a first-year head coach when he first took over at Georgia.
Okay.
But he's also going up against the greatest head coaches that we've ever seen. If you're
Dabo, I mean,
yes, you beat Nick Saban, but you also coasted through the year on an ACC schedule. Let's just be honest. It's not the same.
That's a debate we can have at another juncture, sir. But
I don't know about that. I mean,
you know, but if we really were going to talk about schedule, we could talk about Georgia's non-conference schedule being an absolute fucking shit show. Murray
wait a minute, your team,
when is that?
Our team is on that schedule, sir. Stop that.
I said non-conference schedule, sir.
We're on their non-conference schedule. Stop it.
When is that? What year are you speaking about?
I'm speaking about the fact that you don't normally schedule home and homes. The only one you've got is Notre Dame. Give me a game besides Notre Dame that's going to be.
We do have Notre Dame. We've scheduled Arizona State out of the West over there.
Don't make fun of Notre Dame, Rob. Didn't you test about beating them? I mean, come on.
Well, we can talk schedule at another juncture, but the fact I'm sorry, go ahead.
Clemson's non-conference schedule.
Clemson schedules Auburn, Texas A&M.
Wait, how many? Whoa! How many years are we going back here?
They played Texas A&M 2 seasons ago.
When Texas A&M was ranked what?
Texas A&M was ranked going into that game. They were like 18th. They were ranked 18th in the country that year.
Yeah, it wasn't 5. It might have been 18th.
They were a top 20 opponent.
5?
No.
Yeah, but my point is, when you look at Georgia's non-conference, they were pretty much in the same neighborhood, depending on which team you're talking about at the time.
We'll have plenty of time to debate schedule as we roll along here, but but I'm not
splitting hairs now.
Well, I can bring the numbers on that, and it's interesting.
I would encourage you to bring the numbers. Now,
well,
if you want to talk about Florida, now you're talking about a weak non-conference schedule.
Well, you know what? We can agree on that. But we can agree on Florida being a shit show.
They played Miami a couple of years ago, though.
They haven't played anybody out of conference out of the state.
They played Miami.
Jackpot, you had hair the last time they played a non-conference regular season game out of state.
I didn't have hair. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
they played Miami 2 years ago.
Let's say this, Jackpot, you had abs the last time Florida played anybody worth a shit out of the state of Florida. Hey, look,
last thing I got to ask you before we let you go.
That would have been 1982 when I was like 7.
What? and I mentioned this earlier. What's up with the damn women's golf visor, man? Can we not get him a damn regular hat? I mean, he is the head coach of an elite blue blood program in the SEC. He should be able to get a damn hat.
He's trying to emulate Stephen Orr's career.
Before you were, sir.
I'm just saying, if you're going to be the coach, like Nick Saban would die before he put on a damn women's golf visor and was trotting around on the sidelines.
The only thing I can think of is that he's got a great full head of hair and he's trying to show that off while at the same time still wearing a hat of some kind.
He should do like Bret Hart did back in the day. Just walk out onto the field and before he goes out, get some conditioner and just wave it through there so he has like that wet look. That way all of it'll shine. That's what he should do. Don't wear the ladies' golf visor, man.
Is he going to wear a pair of sunglasses and put it on some unsuspecting kid in the first row?
That would be a better thing. Get you some of those bendable sunglasses that can have the little.
Except for when he turns heel. Except for when he turns heel, he'll just get in the on midfield and talk shit about the people from the state of Georgia. Remember, like Bret Hart did when he talked about the United States was shaped like one giant toilet bowl.
Yeah, well, that's true. I
That's
don't
what he
think.
said.
Into
Go ahead.
I didn't put that much thought into a man's look. It kind of bothers me that you guys did, but being from South Carolina, that really doesn't surprise me on either one of you.
I didn't. I just followed up with a damn Bret Hart comment with some sunglasses. Now, don't give me all that.
I just think you guys could have better. Just saying. And you know and forgive me for this too. You know, when I see the talent that Georgia has, I just expect them to be better than what they are. I don't expect them to lose games to Texas and fucking look like assholes because they've got the better team. It's not even close.
I understand that that's a cheap, lazy, convenient thing for you to say. And when you do that, you also forget the fact that we did beat Cincinnati the last year, not the year before, when we lost a meaningless game. Just by the way, you just spoke about South Carolina. I don't know who it was, but you talked about them not caring about a bowl game when half their team opted out. That's what Georgia did versus Texas, and you know that, but you're being lazy.
No, I actually brought that up.
So that's what you want.
No. I actually brought that up. Isn't that part of coaching is being able to get your team to care about things like that, so you don't bring a shine on the program that doesn't look good?
That's why we lost to Virginia, because some of the team opted out.
I get that. You're putting, just like in the last time, the last show you did of Downing on Georgia, you're cherry picking information. You're putting out a false narrative out there. You know the actual facts, but you won't say that.
Oh, what? No. Whatever it is I said, I stand behind.
Damn against that game against Texas, and you know that, but you're not putting that part out there,
brother. All I said about that is that is a coaching thing. If you can't get them up to go out and have enough pride for your university, that's a big thing.
Conveniently forgot about other games, which you failed to mention.
Wait a minute.
Like
Hold on.
Cincinnati game.
The Cincinnati. Okay, you won the Cincinnati game. That's great. But here's the thing, though. The Texas game. You're telling me that we're supposed to just give them a freebie on that because they lost that game? We're just supposed to be like, that doesn't matter. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, and where's the credit on the Cincinnati game? The Texas game, half the damn team opted out. And 20 minutes ago, you just mentioned I forget what other team it was, but where half the team opted out and they didn't give a shit, and you just wrote that off as well. That was them not. That's just college football.
Well,
I hate it. I really hate it.
Well, I tell you what, I will apologize, sir. I apologize that I thought that Georgia was an elite program that was capable of beating a sorry ass Texas team. I'm sorry that I thought that. I won't get in that position again. I'll know going into bowl games that.
Why is Georgia on your mind so much?
Georgia's not on my mind so much. I talk about all kinds of other teams. I rip Auburn. I rip Mississippi State.
Or Florida.
I rip Florida. I rip Alabama for their non-conference bullshit that they put out there. You just have selective hearing, sir. Absolutely, I can show you I podcast every show, man.
Sir, you have been on Georgia the last few weeks, and the reason is clear because you know what's coming on the first week of the season.
Yeah, we're going to end your season before fucking Labor Day. That's what's coming. It's the same shit.
You're going to end our. Sir, what was the final score the last time we played?
You had a different coach, man.
Record?
You had a different coach. You had a different coach, man.
Oh, so we need Mark Richt to beat you. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you finally got the satchel to schedule us.
I may have given the wrong guy the name Crack Pipe. That may belong to you, sir.
Dude, if you're telling me that I'm a crack pipe guy, I'm the fattest crackhead ever.
You know that touchdown, that TD connection in the first game is going to be called the U-Cross, ukulele to Ross.
I guess
you're going to get U-Cross for about 4 touchdowns.
Will you promise me that you will show up on, what is it, September the 5th, the day after that game, regardless of what happens? Because I'm going to be here regardless. Will you show up then, or are you going to be like some people that won't show up?
Your living room. I will be in your living room if that's what you apply.
Well, we don't have to go that far. I mean, I'll get the wife to cook you something. We can be friendly. But I'm just saying, make sure you show up, win or lose.
I'll tell you what, get her to cook you some crow, brother, because that's what's coming. It's going to hurt. It's going to be 24 points we beat you by the last time we played with that pissant little choir boy head coach. Now we got a real head coach in there that's going to rip you from from ass to elbow.
Ass to elbow.
It's not even funny. It's not even funny.
I'm going to isolate this.
Out
and
there, whoever you want to get out there.
The real head coach hadn't done anything more than the choir boy. He done nothing more than the choir boy did.
I don't get all that, man. Georgia fan. I will give Georgia fans this though. You guys are passionate. I will give you that. So there's that.
Give me
Uncle Lou called him the overpaid vacation Bible school teacher.
Why are you ripping a good man like Mark Rick? He's got his heart's in the right.
Called him the youth pastor.
Yeah.
Shit. What else do you need, sir?
Give me one more thing.
Sure.
What was the final score the last time we
played? I'm looking. All right, I'm
last
looking
time
up.
we played y'all 2017.
Hold on. He's talking. Shit. Hold on. Let's see here. The last matchup. Georgia won 45-21 7 years ago.
I remember that. Todd Gurley ran that down kickoff back like 99 yards. Wait a minute. I'm not supposed to be talking about that. Go Clemson.
24-point margin.
I mean, are you like one of those like girls that has to be told they're pretty all the time? I admitted that you beat the shit out of us. I said I gave you 7,000 points.
No,
you remember when Nick Chubb ran down the sideline without a shoe on? Never mind. I'm supposed to be pulling for Clemson.
It does stroke my ego though. I must give you.
Well,
that.
I have no problem admitting that you won by 24 points, but you had
So let me ask you this.
Sure.
Now, remember when Cole Stout threw that? Never mind.
Damn it, jackpot.
Costanza.
You remember when Watson threw a touchdown pass on his first down drive, and then fucking idiot took him out of the damn game, and we're just gonna sit him on the sideline?
Shut up! That's not nice.
Okay, well, I mean that's just what they did.
I
got it, but never mind.
That was back when you guys had Bill Cosby at quarterback over there. But yes, it was a 24-point margin. So when I told you that we're going to win by 21 points, both you and Crackpike laughed me off the face of the earth.
What was the score when I played the Gamecocks a couple of weeks?
I tell you what. I tell you what, sir. I will promise you this. Okay.
Did they beat the Gamecocks that year? I'm just curious.
I don't remember. Did you guys beat the Gamecocks in 2014, sir?
I don't know. Maybe fourth down. Tell us a little something about it. They came up just a tad short.
Yeah, I remember that.
That damn place kicker had a couple too many boating under the influences, and his aim was a little bit off.
Son of a bitch.
It's like the other one wore his glasses too tight, and his aim was a little bit off too.
Well, Crack Pipe is doing his thing this evening, but I tell you what, I'm fairly confident in this. As long as you promise to show up the day after and make sure that you call in because the phone lines will be open for you. If Georgia wins by 21 points, I will start this show off with the Georgia Fight song. We'll play the Georgia Fight song throughout the show. I will rename the podcast that day the Georgia Beat the Shit Out of Clemson podcast. We'll put that up there too if you win by 21 points. When you say that you're winning by 21 points, that just makes me doubt your ability to reason, sir. I mean, 21 points, get out of here with all that, man. Come on, man.
What was the score the last time we played?
Holy shit, we talked about this. You won by 24. I mean, you don't have to.
The last time 2014 rolled around.
On the last time we played.
Okay, well then all I can base on South Carolina with Georgia is the fact the last time they played at Georgia, they won. So in theory, South Carolina should win at Georgia this year, right? Same thing, right?
Okay. The last time they played at Georgia. I see your little sneaky trick there you're doing again. Which
I'm just using your logic, sir.
Honest with
I'm just using your logic, sir. That's completely.
What happened the last time we played South Carolina?
You won.
Pretty much the same result.
But the last time that they went into your stadium and they were like 20-point underdogs, they beat you.
Yeah, one
with
time.
Dak Joyner at quarterback.
6 years. That's one time in the last 6 years that happened. And by the way, that particular day, about 9 or 10 teams in the SEC would have won against Georgia that day. Georgia was off by that much. Anybody that was that. No, it would have. It would have.
Okay. Well, we're speculating.
I mean, Mukwamu picking off passes and 4 turnovers. I mean, that was
that
what
would have
South
happened.
Carolina did.
Yeah,
that was
the Arkansas defensive
Wait a
back.
minute.
Sure.
No, let me.
Tennessee, no problem.
Man.
No
Listen,
problem.
Mr. Clemson, man. How many times have you
Mr.
heard
Clemson men.
it wasn't nothing Tennessee did. It wasn't nothing Tennessee did. It wasn't nothing Florida did. It wasn't nothing Missouri did. But we lost that game. Yeah.
Hey,
that's exactly what you say, crack pipe. 9 times out of 10. And the
9 times out of 10, it's true.
Oh, I'm crazy.
Okay, hey, we've had some.
It's true when you say it, not when I say it.
We've had some folks comment over here about you, sir. I wanted to make sure we got those out of here really quickly here. Tony Jackson says, OMG, I've been a dog fan for 60 of my 65 years. The caller isn't in my dog group, sir. I'm just telling you what Georgia fans are saying. He has a Bulldog sticker here, and Tony's been in here a long time. I know that he's a Georgia fan, but he says you guys don't run in the same circles. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah. He's part of that 1980 crowd, by the way.
Yeah, that's back when you guys were awesome. awesome winning the national title. By the way, Clemson's won 3 since then. Since your last one, Clemson's won 3. Throwing that out there.
Yeah,
3 times.
Danny Ford won one of them.
Yeah, we like y'all to win one of them though.
Shout out to BGPO Football Funk. Thank you for the super chat. It's been a while since we've seen one of those.
When was your first national title?
Oh, jackpot.
What's that?
When was your first national title?
What am I competing in?
When was your first football, I believe?
Yeah, football.
Or when was your first SEC title?
Yeah.
All right. I have won.
Okay.
But
sir, I appreciate you joining us this evening. We got to let some more folks call in, but thank you, man. And I hope that you come back on September the 5th, regardless.
No.
Oh, I'll be back.
You were talking a while ago. It got me charged up when you were talking about Bret Hart. I mean, I really, he really pissed me off. When he turned on America, even though I knew he had to because he was doing the whole thing with Stone Cold and that. But I still like Bret Hart, and I remember him one of his angles and one of his was good lines when he was talking a bunch of shit to the Americans.
Right.
And he came out there on Raw first thing when it came down the ramp when Raw came on live that one Monday night. And he grabs the microphone and he says, if I was going to give the United States of America one giant enema, I'd stick the tip of the hose pipe right here in Pittsburgh. And he gets out this big negative reaction from the crowd. It's fucking awesome. He he got screwed.
He did. Let's head out to the phones. We got another call here.
Took his fucking belt away from him.
Yeah, that's true. Caller, what do you have for the show, man?
This is BGO Football Funk.
By the way, hold on, sir. Thank you for the super chats. He gave us 2 super chats, sir. So thank you for that. But what do you have for the show, sir?
Last time I've been trying to catch y'all. A lot of times I don't get a chance. I always support fellow YouTubers.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm very grateful. But I got some serious questions. I don't know what the last dude was talking about. I mean, Georgia beat Clemson like 4 or 5 years
about
ago.
7 years ago, and that still makes his penis hard. Is I think what he tried to break out to us. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Carolina Jackpot. I follow you when South Carolina has a hard time. It'd be funny.
Thank you.
I went to Carolina, Clemson.
Follow me sometime when we have a good game. I know it don't happen a lot, but try to drop in.
Oh, okay.
All right.
About 3 times a year, I'll have a happy video.
All right. What do you got for the show, sir? Go ahead.
My question is, why is South Carolina having so many issues of struggling with football? It seems like y'all get the best players out of South Carolina, and Clemson's more like Georgia, Florida, North Carolina area. So why does South Carolina have so many issues when it comes to football? And I'm 44 years old today. Today's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
And I thank you. And I've been calling college football all my life. Cause my uncles played at Clemson. I done told you the story before. So I always wondered why does South Carolina struggle when it comes to the football history.
Well, to that point, I mean, I'll say this: we have been able to grab the best talent in the state of South Carolina the past few years. But if you look at where they're ranked, like they're ranked in that like the 24/7 composite, like the recruiting rankings, the state of South Carolina, their high school talent has been falling off a lot in like the past 10 years. Wouldn't you agree, Rob, that when we were pulling in Jadeveon Clowney, Stephon Gilmore, and those cats, I mean the high school talent in South Carolina was a lot better at the time.
Yeah.
And why
it's
falling off, I don't know. I guess it's
you only have so many generational type athletes over time, and there is you do have Clemson in the upstate, but South Carolina's beaten Clemson. I mean, Zach Pickens was a guy that, I mean, everybody wanted him, not just Clemson, LSU. He had offers all over the place. Decided to come to South Carolina. So I think that winning the state is a big deal, but the top talent is in the state of Georgia, is in the state of Florida, and I think Clemson dips into that, and I think Beamer's going to do that too. I mean, he's going to try to win the guys that are here, but you got to expand your recruiting base. I think it's like within 200 miles of campus, you kind of need to own that. If you can get into a car and travel there within 3 hours, you should own all of that if you want to be successful. So we'll see how Shane Beamer does. Alex is right about that. Jordan Birch. Everybody wanted Birch. I said Beamer. Did I? I thought I said Beamer, sir.
I think you almost said Beecher. But you corrected yourself. That's cool.
With South Carolina,
right?
I think that because North Carolina, NC State, East Carolina, and Wake Forest and Duke and Clemson is right around the corner.
Right.
It kind of breaks up the talent, so it makes it harder for them to recruit. That's what I always thought.
Yeah, well, Wake Forest and Duke recruit a different kind of player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that too. But, I mean, you still get, like, those players. I can't think of anybody at the top of my name. But, like, a lot of Durham players still go to Duke. But then you got App State in the area. So I'm just wondering those players that would probably go to South Carolina because the rise of those programs, is that part of the problem?
Well, no, I think that South Carolina's problem was Will Muschamp this year or the past couple of years. And he got guys that were defensive players, but didn't really pay much attention to the offensive side of the ball. So with that,
if you look at the if you just look at it, Rob, on Friday nights, if you look at the scores of the high school football games in South Carolina, you're seeing so many 50-something to 40-something, 60-something to 30-something games. I mean, it's like they don't play defense anymore. I mean, they don't. Yeah. And you can. We're not. I mean, I don't see a lot of defensive talent coming out of South Carolina. I know we have Zach Pickens was number one in 2019, was a 5-star, and so was Jordan Birch. He's from an independent school, but I mean, outside of that, I mean, I really don't think that they're showcasing that type of stuff in the state anymore. It's just not happening.
Yeah, I agree on that. I think that Tony with a great point there. Quality of high school coaching plays a big part in high school talent development. So yeah, there's that too. What else do you have for the show, sir?
Okay. Another question about recruiting.
Sure.
Are y'all shocked how Clemson's recruiting kind of fell off for 2022? I know it was early. But,
well, it is early.
Like
and, if you look at the 2022 rankings, right now, Clemson is what? To give you some perspective on this, I'm looking at it right now. Alabama's ranked 17th in the 2022 rankings. Clemson's ranked 23rd right now. The number one team is, of course, Ohio State up there with 11 commits. So right now, when you look at the recruiting rankings, I mean, you got freaking Boston. Rutgers is 10th in the country right now. Boston College
You know what? They're rubbing off 13. They're rubbing off the success of that basketball team that made it to the great 32. That's what. Yeah, that's why people are going to Rutgers.
Yeah. Well,
look.
Just give it time, sir, because I assure you that
Tommy Bradshaw down in the comment section. I guess he's he says maybe we won't beat Clemson by 21, but we'll beat South Carolina before. I assume that this something called Tommy Bradshaw is a Georgia fan. Says Beamer hasn't recruited crap. Okay. Well, I mean, he's been there for 3 months, sir. And what do you expect him to recruit in 3 months? Couple, 3, 4, 5 stars.
Well, I can tell you what he did. Jackpot, I can tell you what he did. He recruited the guys that were there that were worth a shit to stay. He convinced Birch to stay. He convinced Pickens to stay. He convinced Kevin Harris to stay. All those guys could have walked out the door. So there you go with that.
I mean,
and by the way, not that I'm a South Carolina fan, but yeah, I mean the leading rusher in the SEC played in Columbia, not at Georgia, and they had more talent there.
You know what he's also got? The iconic Beamer lip lick. This. You're in the press conference. Yeah. Go eat one. And you remember that in a couple of years when they're butt fucking your team by about 28 points in the fourth quarter. Hello.
All right, caller. Do you have anything else for us, sir?
Yeah. Is this Frank Beamer's son that is the coach at
Yes, sir.
That's coming to be the coach? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, he's Frank's biological son, but he's actually his daddy because he actually taught Frank a lot.
Well, I was wondering that because I wonder why Virginia Tech that one. I'm gonna let this go. I mean, I'm not picking that South Carolina.
Virginia Tech didn't have all that success because of what Frank Beamer done. They had it because of what young Shane done.
Yeah. Well,
he was whispering in his daddy's ear, "You ought to do this," and then went out and beat Texas. And then Michael Vick came. Holy shit!
Well, the reason why I'm about to say is that I'll give you an example. What's the guy that was at Atlanta Falcons coaching? I can't remember his name, but they say you got to be careful about picking coaches that their head coaches are like the defensive minded, like Pete Carroll. Then the guy tried to do the same thing in Atlanta, and he absolutely sucked. So Frank Beamer is coming from under the guy at Oklahoma. So it's kind of interesting to see what he's going to do when he's calling the shots. Was he a better coordinator or was it the success of the Oklahoma coach? So I'm kind of interested.
Well, we don't have to worry about that because Shane Beamer's never been a coordinator, so we don't have to worry about that. He won't make the mistakes of an offensive or a defensive coordinator because he's never been a coordinator.
There you go. It's like Dabo.
Hey man, thanks for calling the show, buddy. We appreciate you, man.
All right, man. I love y'all show. I need to keep up with you. I hope I get the notifications. Y'all take care, man.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
We got a comment here from a Virginia Tech man. He's got an old school Virginia Tech avatar.
There you go.
Icon there. Fire Justin Fuente says, hopefully Beamer brings Beamer ball to South Carolina. I miss it. You're right, and I'm going to tell you what. Look, I'm going to show a little bit of love to Virginia Tech, and this is because, look, when I was a kid, I went to Virginia Tech 3 times. I went in 86, 88, and 1990 and watched the Gamecocks play up there. This is when don't be making fun of my fingers. Because when we were independent, they were independent. We played on the road, and that is one of the most beautiful places, picturesque places in the country to watch a college football game. And I hadn't been back up there, but in 2019, when we were on the way to Pennsylvania, we were up I-81 going towards West Virginia and Pennsylvania from North Carolina, and I told Holly, I said, I want to go to Virginia Tech. So we got off and we went the exit. We stopped and we went to the stadium, and I did a little tour, walked around, made a little video, and shot some pictures. And I mean, it's changed like so much in the past 30 years since I've been there for a football game. But God, I mean, what a great place to have a successful football program. And you're right here in the fall of the year, all the leaves are changing. I mean, it's just a great place. It's like God reached down and like touched this little spot of Virginia and made it his. I'm not trying to be funny here, but it's a really pretty place. So, you know, shout out to them. I've always had a little bit of a love for Virginia Tech. And I think that that Shane, you know, with you know, even though, you know, he exposed some of his knowledge on his dad, I think that some of his dad's knowledge probably still rubbed off on him too. And I think they're gonna. I think he's gonna be successful here.
Yeah. Charles says, I give him 3 years and they show him the door. The SEC schedule will eat him up. Then Clemson will eat his lunch. Look, you know, I hate to be the guy that brings this to. South Carolina doesn't have to play freaking Alabama every year. Yes, they get Texas A&M, but I mean, I'm not really sold on Texas A&M. So, you know, the East is pretty much hot dog water most of the time, with the exception of Georgia every year. I mean, Florida could go up and down. Tennessee's a shithole. Yanny's a shithole.
Brock Lee says that sounds just like how people describe Clemson. Yeah, Brock, I understand that. That's how people describe Clemson. That's just people talking. They haven't actually been there. I've been to Virginia. I know it's a beautiful place. People talking about Clemson, I mean, they just say that, they throw it out there. I mean, actually, I mean, it's like Satan. I mean, Satan is running rampant in Clemson. It's not a good place. It really isn't. The only reason, you know, why I'm pulling for them week one is because, you know, I can't stand Georgia, and, you know, we got that in common. But other than that, I'm a tater for a day. I will put it on at 1 o'clock or whenever that damn game starts. Between those two fuckers, I'll put it on at 1 and take it off at 5, and that's it. That's as long as you'll see me wear that T-shirt.
You may be working that day, right? You don't know yet.
No, I'm not. I'm not asking off. I will be off. I'm not asking off. Just fuck. I'll schedule myself off. I'm taking it off.
Well, yeah. but I tell you what, can we do? We might do live stream that day and just, you know, do live reaction during the game. Would you do that? Think about doing?
As Conrad Thompson would say, without question. Megan says Rob's arguments are as weak as those biceps.
Fuck out of here.
Some sleeves, Tater.
Megan's just upset. He wishes that one day he could hit puberty and sprout some hairs and grow some shoulders like mine.
Get some hair on the
anyway, get some hair on them little nuggets there, buddy. Will you wear a Clemson shirt during that period, sir? If I get one printed for you that just says Tater for a day, would you wear that?
Yeah, once again, as Conrad Thompson would say. Repeat it. What is it?
Without question.
Without question. I will.
Jesus. I'll tell you what, man. This show's going to go to shit if Georgia does beat the shit out of Clemson, because we're going to look like assholes on the You sitting there with a Tater for a day shirt?
I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Goddamn.
Brian Breezy's going to body slam some motherfuckers.
Blake Robinson says Dabo basically said Deshaun Watson didn't have a sex drive while he was at Clemson. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. The Deshaun
what were you doing to those people, Dabo?
What the fuck? I don't even know all that. But apparently Deshaun Watson was wanting, and this is what I've read from one of the reports, and I'm trying to be, I mean, adults listen to this show, but if the kids are listening, then but this is an actual news portion of it here. Apparently, he wanted some of these massage therapists to put oil on his butthole. That's what I read. So I don't know what the hell's going on with Deshaun Watson. I have no clue. No clue. We got to get you a shirt that says Tater for a day. That would be gross.
Charles David says while Clemson is playing in the playoffs, the Gamecocks will be at home watching on TV. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I got to have somebody support them. There you go.
Fuck me. Anthony says any other venue is beautiful when you play in a stadium that is surrounded by warehouses, wooden pallets, and sex in the open tailgates. Oh, my God. Over and under on Dabo being called as a character witness.
Like he's been to LSU a couple of times.
Stop with all that, Blake. That's not going to happen. RMF Todd says, think about how much money Deshaun would have cost Hugh Freeze. No, man. Ole Miss now does burner phones. I mean, that's real. Come on, man. That's hilarious. Yeah. Anyway, we've had some fun talking tonight, and we're gonna have another show on Wednesday. But it's a good day in America. And you know what? Gamecock Twitter has been happy here for like three straight days now.
That's some kind of record, isn't it?
Yeah, with the sweep over Florida and then the ladies advancing. I mean, Gamecock.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about that. They beat Georgia Tech.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At least somebody can beat Georgia Tech in basketball. Holy shit. I mean,
fucking.
So who do we advance to play next?
I don't know. Hold on, I'll have to look that up. We need to give the ladies.
Gotta be running into Gino Oriyama sometime soon.
You know what? Gino Oriyama has a punchable face.
Gino Oriyama had COVID.
I don't give a shit. Everybody had
COVID. Frank Martin had COVID too. Like all mean basketball coaches.
Frank Martin was a two-time COVID champion. He beat it
two-time
COVID champion.
Like DDP, three-time.
All right, hold on. Let's see here. I'm trying to. This is stupid. All right.
Bubby.
I'm trying to figure out who the women have to play. Does anybody? Rob Harley wants to talk about. But I just said Gamecock Twitter was great for 4 days in a row. Brock, pay attention, brother. Normally you're one of the smart ones here tonight. You over there with all them Georgia fans. It done made your ass stupid. That's what's going on with you, man. South Carolina had to play Georgia Tech. I got to see what the hell's going on with this thing that nobody has the updated brackets. There's going to be another video where they don't update our brackets. I'm going to hear that shit now. All right, here we go. NCAA women. South Carolina advances to the regional final. They will play on Tuesday against Texas. They get Texas.
Oh, God. Here we go. Hey, Blake Robinson says, saddest banner in all sports hangs at South Carolina. Back-to-back NIT championships.
We don't have those at Clemson, sir.
I didn't think it was sad. We won them. I was proud of it. We beat what? We beat Syracuse one year, and I think it was either Maryland or St. John's.
You finished your basketball season as a winner. You went out a winner. Not very many teams do that.
Who did we beat? It was Syracuse one year. I know it was either St. Joe's or somebody like that.
All right. Well, now I have to look that up because that'll bother me if I don't
look it up. I think it was
South Carolina.
It was Maryland. It might have been
champions. All right, here we go. The South Carolina basketball team won the NIT. Okay, here we go. Up. Oh, this is the NIT results. All right, here we go. In 2000, you beat Michigan one year and St. Joseph's the other year.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
that's why I named my son. That's why my son's named Joseph, because I knew I beat that ass. Fuck them Gamecocks. I'm just kidding. He was
your wins that year. You beat in 2005. You beat Miami, UNLV, Georgetown, Maryland.
At that game.
I was at the UNLV game.
I was at. Me and Joseph were at the game when they beat Georgetown. He was like 3 or 4 years old. He was probably 3 then.
Then you beat Florida State, Cincinnati, Louisville, and Michigan. So, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like 3 years old, and they played Georgetown. That was when John Thompson Jr. was the head coach. His son was the coach for a while at Georgetown.
Yeah.
We kicked their ass, and we went to that game. It was my first game I ever went to Colonial Life. Megan says, did Rob just say, in quotes, put oil on his butthole? Was he referring to when UGA puts it in deep on week 1?
No, that was a news story, sir. What was wrong with you? That was one of the accusations against Deshaun Watson. Try to keep up, Megan.
Tom Brady says Clemson packs more fans than teeth into Death Valley every Saturday. I ain't arguing about that.
Tom Brady can't count that high. He just shut up with all that nonsense. All right, Jackpot, do you have anything else for the show that you'd like to go over this evening? Or are we just going to get back at it on Wednesday when we can we'll have the final I think we'll have our final 4 matchups by Wednesday. That'll be great, right?
Yeah, we will. No, I'm pretty much done. Been a great show, great evening. Thank you for all the witty repartee. And hey, I look forward to it
Sunday and Wednesday nights.
On Wednesday night. Yeah, on Wednesday night and Sunday too, especially because it's tonight's Sunday and I've had fun.
All right, good night.